So I've been away all day, and turns out I forgot completely about this. There's a new weapon banner coming in a couple of days, and I know before the Mio Home Ninjas get me, it is the Hu Tao weapon banner. Okay, why did the light change like that? But yes, the weapon banner is for Hu Tao. The Staff of Homa in that banner is going to be basically for Hu Tao. Zhongli can also use it as well. It's really good on Zhongli, but yeah. We're going to discuss in this video if you should pull on it, because I do this for every banner and I just like talking about it. So if you do enjoy this and you want to support me out, you can always feel free to subscribe. Only 3.3% of people watch my videos are subbed, and I'm trying to push for 1,000 subscribers by the end of this month. There's only a week left, and I feel like we can do it if I really try to push it. And you know, if you guys want to help me out, feel free to. You can also feel free to unsubscribe at any time. It means that your support means a lot to me, and it helps me grow, and it helps me create slightly better videos every day. But without the way, let's get into it. So obviously, if you check the notices for Genshin Impact, you would see that we got the new weapon banner. So we got the Lithic stuff. We got a Lithic Polearm, a Lithic Claymore, the Weird Sith, the Lion's Roar, the Sacrificial Bow, the Wolf's Gravestone, and the Staff of Homa. So let's talk about all of these weapons, right? Staff of Homa. It's going to be insane on Hu Tao. Hu Tao is basically, she's a HP polearm user. Her stats are based off of her HP, and the Staff of Homa, lo and behold, gives you crit damage. I think it's crit damage. I'll put a picture up in post. And it increases your HP by 20% at rank 1, and if your health, and it will increase your damage by, I think it's 0.8% of your HP. And if you fall to like below 50 HP, your damage increases by another 1.8%. So this is going to be amazing on Hu Tao, because obviously, as we know, she has one of the lowest base attacks in the game, and if those numbers still that when she releases, having something like the Staff of Homa will be one of her best slot weapons, hands down, because of this. This also works really great on Zhongli, because Zhongli is also an HP based polearm user. You're seeing the resemblance here, and the ability on the weapon, the one where it increases your damage by your HP, is one of Zhongli's passive abilities anyways, that was changed in the 1.3 update. So not only does Zhongli get a damage bonus based on his HP, if you get the Staff of Homa on him, that's also another damage bonus based on his HP. So you could be doing like a good, like, roughly, if you're below 50% HP, I'm just going to run some maths, like it's going to be a rough estimate, you're going to be running about 3% of his damage, 3% of the HP, and like I said in my Zhongli buff trailer, you're going to be doing like a good chunk. You'll be doing maybe an extra 1,200 attack. Just an example.
Why do they have to give me that trail?
If you get below 50% HP, which is going to be amazing. Same thing can be said for Hu Tao. Hu Tao, she converts her HP into attack, so the weapon being able to give you crit damage, because obviously crit's going to be very important on her instead of raw attack this time round. It's just going to be great. And the next 5-star weapon is Wolf's Gravestone. Wolf's Gravestone is amazing on every Claymore user in the game, because it's just attack, really. Attack is something that works on all Claymores, because all Claymores specialise in doing big numbers with their normal attacks. So something like the Wolf's Gravestone, it's going to be great for any Claymore user. I mean, it would be great on Beidou, it would be great on Diluc, it would be great on your Razor, it could be, you could run on your Chongyun if you want. Okay, maybe not Noelle, there's better weapons for Noelle, but Wolf's Gravestone, great weapon. However, something to bear in mind here is you've only got a 75% chance to get one of those two weapons. If not, you will roll into another 25%, which will roll into any other 5-star weapon in the game. That's available on the standard banner, so be careful. I'm just going to say it now, be careful, you might not get what you want. It's like, if you want both of those weapons, go for it. If you're interested in getting any of them, you should do it. Now, we're going to get into the 4-star weapons. So, starting off, because I have this one, the Weird Sith. The Weird Sith, mine's R3, so these numbers are a bit higher than what they normally are. But the Weird Sith is one of the, really good 4-star weapons you can put on any of your DPS units. So, I put it on my Mona because I wanted to make a funny DPS build, but it can work on your Ningguang. you could try it on Lisa if you want to. You can put it on your Klee. You can put it on any unit. However, the only thing that leaves the Wood Sith to be a bit iffy is its passive. So you've got a 33% chance to get your attack increase, 33% chance to get all your elemental damage increase, which is a big one because obviously as a catalyst user, you're only doing elemental damage in the first place, so that's big. And your elemental mastery is increased. So that third one isn't going to be too good on things like maybe Animo or Geo users. So because that only increases like your shield strength and increases your damage by only a tiny bit on the Animo like nervous wall reaction. So it's going to be a bit different, but the crit damage makes up for it. And obviously you want to try and keep a 1 to 2 crit rate to crit damage ratio on your character, because obviously I don't know like if everyone knows this, but because I saw this from another video, I can't remember which one it was, but if you max out a crit rate 5-star hat, it's like a 33% chance for crit rate. Max out crit damage and that will be 67%, so it's double the crit damage. So generally you want to keep a 1 to 2 ratio for your crit rate to crit damage. So that's pretty interesting to see. I think it's worth it. Now, obviously we've got the sac bow. Sacrificial bow is good on both support characters, so Diona, that's about it. Like other sacrificial weapons, which I've only got the claymore to be honest, so I can only show you the stats of that. Basically, damage an opponent with an elemental skill. It has a 40% chance to end its cooldown. This is good for something like Diona's shield. Done. If you need a bow for your Diona, go for it. I mean, it can also work on Amber. You can use it on Amber as well, but I mean, Baron Bunny doesn't really, you're not using Baron Bunny that much, to be honest. Okay, next weapon is... I'm going to recall this because I cannot remember for the life of me. I am so sorry. It is... Oh yes, the Lion's Roar. That's a good weapon for Kaching, because it gives you attack percent. Attack percent is good. Obviously a lot of DPS like units will want attack percent, but it also, the passive is increases your damage if it's like Electro or Cryo, I believe. And that is good on something like Kaching, because obviously you're permanently inflicting Electro damage, so having your attack increase when you hit Electro, that's good. It's the same kind, it's similar like effect to the Dragon's Bane, except it just changes the status as hit, just changes to like what it has to be against. So it's a good weapon for Kaching. If you need a weapon for your Kaching, go for it. Now the two weapons that everyone's going to be talking about is the new Lithic Polearm and the new Lithic Blade. So basically, if a character on your party is from Leeway, but this goes for both of them, it will increase your attack by 7% at rank 1 and your crit rate by about 3%. Now, if you have 4 characters from Leeway on your team, that will increase your attack by 28%, as well as the stat of the weapon being attack percent as well. They've both got a good and quite a high base attack, so you're going to be doing quite a lot of like base attack like damage as well. Now it depends. Like, it's going to make people think about how to build their teams, because obviously having 4 Leeway characters on that basically means that you're going to be doing more damage than something like the Primordial Jade Wing Spear, which is going to be which means basically if you got a Zhao, you're doing more damage with that weapon, which is kind of crazy to think about. However, for that you need 4 Leeway characters. Now in the game, in Genshin, in fact right now, there is only 12 Leeway characters. 13 if you count Hu Tao when she comes out. But as of right now, there's 12. Now, for me, for example, it's not too much of a problem because my teams mainly consist of Leeway characters. However, you got to really think about like the teams that you're building, for you to pull this off. Like, it's not going to be like a one-size-fits-all weapon. Like, it's not going to be like one-size-fits-all like Prototype Archaic, for example. It's going to be, you need to think about your team comps. Now, something that people are going to panic about when they saw it is, and a lot of content creators that I've seen are mentioning this one fact, is at the bottom of the thing, it said that they will only be shown they're basically event exclusives. You know, if you don't get it in this event, you have to wait for the next banner that comes out. Unlike Jin Yan and Diona, they're not going to be added to the standard weapon, like the standard banner later on. They're going to be event exclusive 4-star weapons. I don't know how to feel about this because obviously they're very good weapons. A lot of people are going to want them, and that's honestly why I think they legitimately put it on that banner, because it's rare. It's not rare. It's going to be like a bit harder to get, and obviously something about Genshin is that is from like my personal experience with me talking to a few people is not very many people actually pull these weapon banners because obviously they're not really worth it. So I feel like they're adding more and more 4-stars that are like going to be event exclusive, so people will actually want to pull on these banners, because obviously you can get weapons on this banner, you can get weapons on this banner. You know, you could just pull this, you could pull the character banner and get you know, some weapons from it. You're not going to get any 5-star weapons from the character banner, but like when you're starting out if you're like free to play, you're not going to really be wanting weapons, so that makes sense. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the banner. I'd like to hear what your opinions are. Do you want to pull on the banner? Do you not want to pull on the banner? It's going to be interesting how this one plays out. I'm probably not going to pull on it because I don't have many primo gems, and you know, I'm saving them for character banner because my pities on both, I'm like 55 on the character banner and I'm about 60 on the standard, so I'm saving my primos for the pities on both banners right now. So yeah, so thank you guys for watching this video, and take care, and I'll see you guys in another video.